Hello, 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 beautiful people, and welcome back to my Black History Not Taught in Schools mini series featuring the Black History flashcards from urbanintellectuals.com. These videos are not sponsored by Urban Intellectuals. This is just for informational purposes only because I had these flashcards and I wanted to do something with them, and it came up like, hey, why not highlight each of the figures during Black History Month? But instead of just 28 days, we're extending it out to 52 and highlighting each, yeah, we're highlighting every person in these two decks that I have. So, as I said, these cards are from urbanintellectuals.com, and if you are interested in ordering their cards or seeing the other decks that they have 5 volumes of decks, and yeah, you can just go to their website and check them out. So I have volumes 1 and volume 2. Volume 2 is highlighting the women of Black history specifically, and yeah, so as I said, the videos aren't sponsored, so I don't have a code or anything like that for you to enter. Just, you know, go and check them out. So we are up to day 36 of this series, and let's get into it. So these figures for today, on day 36, we have Medgar Evers and Misty Copeland. Medgar Evers and Misty Copeland. So let's get into it. Medgar Evers, there we go. July 2nd, 1925 to June 12th, 1963. Medgar Evers was an American civil rights activist from Mississippi. He worked to overturn segregation at the University of Mississippi and enact social justice and voting rights. He was the secretary for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, and he worked on voting rights and registration, economic opportunity, access to public facilities, and other changes within segregated society. He was murdered by Byron de la Beckwith, a member of the Ku Klux Klan. His murder and resulting trials inspired civil rights protests as well as numerous works of art, music, and film. So, yeah, he was a civil rights activist who was murdered by the Klan. And through that, his story became famous. And so, yeah, that was during the days when, certain people could commit murders and get away with them. So, do I know if he is taught about in schools? I don't think so, because I feel that they may use that as too sensitive or whatever, however, you know, they perceive it. But he is still definitely a figure in history that should be known. I feel like if we don't look at our past mistakes, then we can never move forward and we can never learn from them and move forward. So, yeah. Okay. Next we have Misty Copeland. Let's see if it can focus. There we go. Aw, she's so beautiful. Misty Copeland, September 10th, 1982 till present. So, Misty Copeland is an American ballet dancer, stage performer, author, and celebrity spokesperson. She is the first African American to be promoted to principal ballerina by the American Ballet Theater. Unlike most ballerinas, Copeland didn't start ballet training early. She began dancing at the age of 13. Copeland rose above a difficult childhood to excel as a student and a ballerina. She is the recipient of many awards, including the Los Angeles Music Center Spotlight Award for Best Dancer in Southern California, the 2013 National Youth of the Year Ambassador by the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and one of, let's see, okay, that's because I'm doing too much moving here. Okay. and one of Glamour's Women of the Year for 2015. She authored books that empower children of color, including her 2015 book Firebird. So, yeah, she's a ballet dancer, and she was the first African American to be promoted to principal ballerina by the American Ballet Theater, which is very interesting because notice she was born in 1982, so and didn't start dancing until uh, until she was 13, which is like 1995, and then by the time that she was, yeah, you know, that's basically just recent. You know what I mean? It is in the year 2000s, probably by like 2014 or something, that she was promoted to the principal ballerina by the American Ballet Theater. So this is just recently, you know. So even still, just in recent times, there are still companies or places out there that have not allowed or, you know, have not expanded to the way of they are including black people in their like spaces. And so I think it's amazing. Like this is just barely recent. So yeah, Misty Copeland. So she is basically a pioneer. She is the first one promoted to the prima ballerina in the American Ballet Theater, yeah, is what it said. And so yeah, she's the first one. It's always nice when there's a first one because then that opens the door for many more to come behind you. So again, I like to say if you're walking through a forest, it's always harder for the first person to walk through because that's the person that has to clear the path. And once that path is clear, then anybody can use that path and then it's easier. So, and then the more the path is taken and the more it's worn down, it just gets easier and easier to travel. So she is the first one. She is the pioneer of that to show that, hey, like we can do it. So that's what I love, and that's amazing. So hooray for Misty Copeland. She is super beautiful, and yeah, awesome. Team 1982. So, yeah. But, all right. So, that is day 36 of our Black History Not Taught in Schools mini series. I hope that you all are learning new things from this series and enjoying the information as much as I am enjoying delivering it. So I want to say thank you for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video. I love you. I appreciate you. If you would like to give this video a thumbs up, that helps it to reach out to a larger audience. And yeah, I appreciate it. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.